if we go down to Leeds and keep a clean sheet, obviously we've got at least a point. But I think we'll win if we keep a clean sheet.
I'm just wondering, in terms of mentality. I mean, you mentioned that if it's 0-0 at an hour, it'll be quite flat. But I also wonder about the nerves of the Newcastle United fans, the nerves of the players as well, because they've got something to play for. They know that Man United and Leeds are right on their tails, and a win is a must. I know on Saturday you want to be coming back from Elland Road with all 3 points because of the race to the top 4. And I wonder, the longer it goes on without Newcastle potentially getting a goal, does it become a little bit nervy? And is that another test of character of the players as well? Because a lot of these players, John, they've never been up this end of the table, and they are relying, well, on one player really who's been up there and done it. In Trippier, you can count Bruno as well because he's been up the right end of the table with his former club. But it's a big test of character, isn't it? Not just this game, but the games remaining, to make sure they can handle the pressure of the race to the top 4.
Test of character for young Geordies like you who've never seen up at the top and worry that we're not going to stay up there.
Hey, I'm older than I look, John. I remember the days of Sir Bobby. I'm older than I look.
Well, you might be older than you look, but you haven't seen Newcastle win something because that's a lifetime ago, and therefore it is natural to be nervous in these situations. I don't think the team have been nervous this season,
No, not yet, but I do fear.
There's 9/10 of the season gone, a third top, and they haven't been nervous. Now, please don't get nervous in the last 4 games. I don't think they will get nervous. I'm not saying the job will be done. Well, I am saying it'll be done because they will qualify for you, not for Europe, for the Champions League. But yes, hey, we'll kill these lot. I mean, we're not going to let Big Sam chuck us Geordies up, are we? I mean, no, please do me a favour. I mean, he will think he can walk on water if he achieved that, and he thinks that already.
So there's no fear, you know what people say in this situation, that the movie script writers will be loving this one because it's Big Sam going to get one over his former club. You know fear of that?
No, not with me. There isn't. No, not at all. Because, well, just look at the table. We're in the top 3. They're in the bottom 3. Now, if you travel to Leeds with fear when you're in the top 3 and they're in the bottom 3, there's something wrong, mate. Because the one look at the table should calm all sorts of fears. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute you can't get the unpredictable result, because I'll give you Brighton 1, Everton 5. Have Everton scored 5 goals all season? Never mind in one game. And yet,
I think it's 10% of their season's goals came in that game.
Oh, I mean, nobody would have forecast, including Sean Dyche, nobody would have forecast, including the Brighton manager, Brighton 1, Everton 5. So it can happen. But I think it happens. I think it happened to Brighton because they have had all the plaudits about what a wonderful side they are, etc., etc. But they've had none of the pressure because they haven't been in the top 4. And all of a sudden, because of the way they were playing and the way they dismantled Wolves, etc., all of a sudden, some of them were believing their own publicity and thought they could go out there with cigars, and they would win the game. And they're suddenly 1 down before a minute's gone, and they end up 5 down. I think it got to them. I don't think it will get to them. Newcastle have lived in the top 4, in the top 5, virtually all season. And they've just got to continue doing what they've done in the main this season. There will always be exceptions like Aston Villa and Arsenal. But Arsenal wasn't a huge disaster. I mean, they were terrific at the start. And if they got what they deserved, Murphy hit a post, we had a great penalty shout that wasn't given, etc., etc. We looked as if we were going to sweep them into the dustbin. And then all of a sudden, the penalty turns the game, and then the space given to Ossengard, who's a terrific player, and the game's a different game. But we took part in a good game. It's not as if our world's falling apart at this precise moment. It isn't.